Shalom, family. Real quickly, I'm going to talk about truth. The scripture talks about truth, and it says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Anyone who knows the scripture also knows that Yahushua is the way, the truth, and the life. So when you know Yah, or you know Yahushua, then you know the truth. Then you can become truly free. Okay, that's the first part of it. But accepting truth is the only thing that will allow you to overcome. I've just done a series of videos to where some people were offended, okay? And they even suggested that I shouldn't speak or talk or teach or do videos unless my husband is with me. And this is a person who I think is struggling with the truth, because we've done many videos on this subject already. And I want to suggest to this person that they go and look at some of these videos on the subject, because I'm sure you'll probably see this one. And you can look up these videos or these teachings on our ministry channel. Since you follow both of our channels, I want you to look up those videos dealing with this particular subject matter, okay? I don't have to say what it is again, but I will say, because I know you're watching the channel, I just want you to understand that certain truths have to be presented for a reason, okay? There's a brother that is in the same situation you are, and he'll probably see this too because he shared a lot of these videos. But this brother has a mindset, in which I'm going to have to reveal some of it, okay? This brother has a mindset that has made him free, okay? He's a mixed brother, okay? So now you know what I'm talking about. If you're a mixed race and you get offended, or you don't quite understand why we're teaching on certain things, or we're talking about certain things, that's one of those things that you're going to have to overcome, okay? Because it is in scripture, and this brother knows this. This is why he said the truth is what it is. And sometimes it hurts. There are truths that hurt us as Israelites, and there are truths that may hurt the Gentiles, and truths that may hurt those that are mixed race. And it's not intended to hurt you to the point of decimation, but it's intended to cause you to grow, okay? And when this brother shared some of our videos, he said one of his hashtag was get grafted in, okay? And the other hashtag was take hold of the covenant. And so this brother, he's one who was also filled with Ruach HaKodesh when he was in the church, right? And so his mindset is this: look, it is what it is. I am who I am, but I'm grafted in. I'm taking hold of the covenant. And the scripture that says this, in which we're going to have to talk about this specifically one day. The scripture says, if any man be in Yahushua, or in the Mashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are becoming new, right? Forget about who you are of the flesh. If you are truly grafted in, you don't even care about that, right? Because the scripture says, old things are passed away. Behold, all things are becoming new, are become new. The problem with a lot of Gentiles, and I'm specifically speaking about not mixed people, but just say white people, okay? I know that mixed people would probably be considered Gentiles too, but I'm not talking about those. But the problem with like so-called white people, many of them, they hold on to who they are in the flesh, and this is why they get offended if you talk about white and black issues, right? They get offended by it because they're more closely related to that, and they relate more to who they are in the flesh, being white, than they do who they are supposed to be in the spirit, right? And they get upset and angered by black and white conversations or topics. But this brother, the one that I'm referring to, who is mixed, who's grafted in and taking hold of the covenant, it's like we don't even see him. Because of the way he acts, we don't even see him as a Gentile. You understand what I'm saying? We know some Gentiles that are darker than we are, right? And the relationship is of the sort, you don't even think about that. You don't concentrate on that. You don't even feel that way. You just feel like, hey, this is my brother, this is my sister, because their behavior is not that of a Gentile. They don't get offended when they hear the truth. It just don't even matter like that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say to the sister who follows our ministry, I want to say, I don't want you to be offended by anything we talk about dealing with mixed marriages or relationships. I don't want you to be offended at all. I want you to grab hold of the covenant. Forget about that other stuff. Forget about who you are in the flesh. Take hold of the covenant. Make sure that you're grafted in and that you're more identifying with the family of Yah by being grafted in, and forget about that flesh thing, okay? Because the scripture tells you who an Israelite is, and I understand that a lot of people feel like that is the prize, being an Israelite, okay? But being the prize, to me, is knowing that your name is written on the roll. That's more important. I have love for the family of Israel, and I have love for those who are grafted in according to what scripture says, okay? That's what's most important. Let's forget about how our flesh feels about things, okay? Because that flesh can get you in trouble. It can also cause you to miss the mark, okay? That part is not important. Let's take hold of the covenant, and for those of us who are true Israel, the scripture even says that we have to be regrafted in because we were cut off. We were cut off. Okay, I didn't want to be too long on this one. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I want to say shalom to those that are in the truth. I want to say that I love you to those that are in the truth, and just learn how to accept it for what it is, because the truth will always be, no matter how we feel about it. The truth will always be. Learn to grab hold of the truth so that you can truly be an overcomer. And with that, I will say shalom.